Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. We are still just a couple days into the gifting event that started December 20th, Wednesday, December 20th to be exact. I am now back home, able to do some recordings, and Fridays usually have some kind of special bonus. And what do you know? I did not claim this to be true. I did not know this was happening. I know they've done it in the past, and it is the Friday before Christmas. So the Friday before Christmas, because Christmas is on a Monday, Christmas Eve is on a Sunday, this is where the holiday gifts are here. Now, for a Valiant player, I'm seeing Cavalier crystal selectors. Now, hopefully, because right now we're also seeing the $5 and $10 offers. Hopefully it gets better than this. But even the gold is way worse than it was. I mean, it's 2015 level. You get 50,000 per $5 offer or 100,000. That is the same gold that we were offered when 4 stars were the top champions. And of course, we now have rank 3 7 stars at the time of recording this. So these are also going to last a week, 7 days, which makes me worry that KABAM's going to try to incentivize people to buy up all limits. And the Cyber Week limits we had a month ago, they're back. 5 Peter Parker's wallet, 4 Star-Lord's loot bags, 4 Tony Stark's briefcases, and now we do see a jump where 7-star shards have entered the chat and gold is actually relevant. I still can't believe that these are not at least Paragon crystals. Like, what? Why not make the Paragon version? I think it's because they don't want people to get 7 stars. But the first 2 deals are awful. I mean, I guess the 6-star shards for $10 for 15,000 is not bad, but for that to be, because the Paragon part is the Gifted Guardians crystal, but you're just mainly gonna get a 4-star out of those. You literally have a 50% chance to. It's not great. But the $30 offer, having 3,000 7-star shards, and so if you buy all 4, you get 12,000 7-star shards. I mean, that can be somewhat tempting. But the top 2 are always the most tempting, and we will also check the KABAM website store before we end this video, because that is incredibly important. And we have double the 7-star shards for essentially a discount of $10. You don't get quite double the Paragon Gifted Guardians crystal. And then I've been saying this basically in my head the whole time. The Cavalier Nexus crystal selector should be replaced by Greater Banquet crystals. Why not give those as a bonus? But I will say this. The units in these are way better than normal. And for some reason, my vacation brain, which 24 hours ago, I was driving through a monsoon in South and Mid Texas that was causing cars to hydroplane off the road, and somehow, by the grace of God, guardian angels, and a lot of prayer, we did not become one of those cars. But the units by themselves, here you're getting, instead of $14.50, $21.75. That's relevant. So the $50 offer, I'm not counting the Paragon Gifted Guardians crystals at all in this. I do wish that the Greater Banquet crystals, like this, should be half off one. This should be 1, this should be 2, this should be at least 3, and I think this should be 5. Just imagine if you got 5 Greater Banquet crystals and then everything else was a bonus. That would be amazing. But for those of you who are going to say, hey, Prof, you got to be honest with the community, 7-star shards are still really rare. This is a good chunk of 7-star shards. This gets you 24,000 if you buy all 4, which is $200. But, man. Okay. So, we go from this to the $100 offer, double the Greater Banquet crystals, double the Paragon Gifted Guardians crystals, and what a choice that KABAM has made to give players no 7-star shards in the $100 offer, but to instead give a guaranteed 7-star Gifting Guardians crystal. If I was running KABAM, Lord help my blood pressure, I would say, based on the previous tiers of this offer, the $100 offer should have a guaranteed 7-star hero crystal. And I don't think the 7-star Gifted Guardians crystal, I mean, I know the champions in there need to be awakened. So if you have Adam Warlock, maybe you're more motivated to buy this to try to awaken him, because 7-star awakening gems currently don't exist in the game. It's one of the few things KABAM's done right in terms of not speeding up the economy of the game, take a shot, too fast, because otherwise it'll change forever. Again. But this is, if I want a 7-star Warlock, and I don't care about the Gifted Guardians crystal, I am totally going to go for the $50 offer. And yes, this is 1,550 more units than normal, so if you just care about unit bonuses, you're still going to go with the one that maybe is the best value, which is the $100 offer one. But if you don't care about the Gifted Guardians crystal, and you're not needing that extra 500,000 gold, which really isn't that much, the $50 offer is clearly the best value. I don't even think it's close. Because you double the 7-star shards for $10 less than you would if you bought two Tony Stark's briefcases. You get the same amount of gold doubled. You lose one Paragon Gifted Guardians crystal, which is most likely going to be a 4-star anyways, but you upgrade from Cavalier Annual Nexus crystal selectors, which is a joke for the top players in the game, especially Paragon and Valiant, and also the Greater Banquet crystal replaces those three. So I'm not saying I'm going to commit to any cash in this event yet, because I'm not. But if I was, it would be the $50 offer in terms of guaranteed value. Because the 7-star basic pool has a lot of champions also that I want, and that are not going to be in the Gifted Guardians crystal. But that's also why they had a really unique, genius pool of champions that need to be awakened. Now we have a Paragon Allfather Odin best value 5,115 units. That gets you the 7-star Gifted Guardians crystal, the 2 Greater Banquet crystals, the 10 Paragon Gifted Guardians crystals, and the 20. Okay, so this is 5,115 units, which is a crazy amount of units, instead of 4,650. So that's about 500 more units, which is almost enough to get 2 more Greater Banquet crystals for the gifting event. There's a lot to unpack here. But speaking of the website, and some people don't feel comfortable going on the website, and I understand. I totally understand. But this thing, which is 2,400 units, still gives you the 6,000 7-star Hero Crystal Shards and the Greater Banquet Crystal. This thing is, for $50, if you can spend on the website, the best offer. You still get 2,400 units, which is almost 800 units more than normal. Excuse me, not 800 units, almost 1,000 units more. It's 1,450 units normally for $50 offer. This is 2,400. Almost 1,000 more units, so that's 3 extra Greater Gifting Crystals, or Greater Banquet Crystals, excuse me, if you want to purchase stuff. I still like the GGC over the GBC acronym. And it's the same cost. So if I'm going to get anything, it's going to be that. Now, I do need to read the fine print before ending this video, because sometimes in order to try to get the video shorter, to get less ads for viewers, I try to speed up. And it says, for limited time, special bonuses available when purchasing unit packs. Head over to unit store. Okay, so I don't see any message right now, but there wasn't exactly a message at first, and then people found out that bought everything, hey, this can be actually a bonus 7-star selector like we saw. The crazy thing about this is, and look, I'm not just saying this to be a meme. You got to lean into it. No one can argue that the economy of the game has changed forever when a month after asking people to spend $1,200 for Cyber Week, they're asking people to spend it again for these. And the units are more. So the rank up items aren't more. And unlike the Cyber Week, we don't have a store, because they assume that you're going to spend the units on these. They assume that you're going to spend the units on Greater Banquet Crystals, because that's also going to give you the most points toward your solo and alliance events for gifting, or the banquet event. I think the OGs will probably always call it gifting. I certainly will. Either way, because you can still gift accolades. Yeah. Man, I don't know if I'll be purchasing anything right now, but I'm open to it. But if I was on a budget and if I wanted to purchase something guaranteed, it would be the $50 tier. And for the most units, it's not here. It's on the KABAM website itself. That gets the A+. The $100 offer, I'll give it a B, but I don't like trading a good amount of 6-star shards for a gifted Guardian's Crystal of somebody that most likely I'm either not going to awaken or not get to a high 6. So an unawakened Adam Warlock, what's that going to do for me right away as a 7-star rank 1? Pretty much nothing. Now maybe somebody who's better with him than me, but would I use him over a Sig 200 rank 5 6-star? No. So I'm going to ignore the gifted Guardian's Crystal and talk about bonus value besides the units, and to me it's 6-star shards. That's what's going to awaken my OG Hulk. That's what's going to get me a chance for Warlock, Awaken Jugs. Like, there are just so many more exciting options in the 7-star basic pool right now than the gifted Guardian's Crystal, and so I would prefer to get 7-star shards over that. So, longer than normal video, but YouTube, I wanted to get everything in. The A+ offer is not what you think it is. Black Panther's Treasure takes the cake from my grading system. Say it with me to end this video. Once again, the economy of the game has changed forever. Cheers.